Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
It's like,
oh, there it is.
there it is. Soft and subtle. You dip in, you dip out. This is episode 19.
I'm pretty sure it's
19.
19.
We'll find out at the end of the episode.
Hey, little correction to the episode of In Tune that's going to come out before this. I absolutely said it was episode 3.
Whoop.
Whoops.
It's okay. So I gave up. I make this joke all the time, but I did. I gave up Lent for numbers for Lent like years ago, and I'm having a hard time reintroducing them back in my life.
Damn, son.
So, dear listeners, I hope that if you're out there, you're doing well. This is Jared. I'm here with Lucas, as always. And what are we talking about today, my man?
Welcome to Matinee Edition.
Welcome to Matinee Edition.
We're talking in what will be theoretically the matinee right around noon.
Mm-hmm.
Chilling out, not working.
Yeah, it's like the cheap tickets. Like, this is the cheap podcast.
Yeah, this is your discount podcast.
Yeah.
You go, there's not an episode left of the Weekly Planet. You go down the spectrum, and there at the $5 Tuesdays, that's us.
Yeah, you'll find our podcast on like the grocery outlet shelf.
Oh God, the bottom shelf of grocery outlet, bargain market,
Apple iTunes.
Oh God, highly acclaimed, 5-star rating. I
don't even know where the fuck that came from because it definitely wasn't me.
I don't know either, dude. Somebody liked it.
Somebody's on there. Like, I bet when they look at it, they're like, somebody's probably like, it's one of those assholes. Like, one of those assholes probably just liked it themselves.
I know.
Make them look good.
Hey, we got our first repost on Instagram.
Ooh.
Good old Jenniferifus. I put that picture of them playing and the girl yawning. And I captioned. I captioned it. Enjoying the Jenniferifus show, and then underneath her, right in small text, said she's not.
Dude, how was that though? How was it set?
It was a great show.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. My first time watching our good friend Spencer, aka Jenniferifus.
Gotta get him on a local yokels podcast.
Dude, we gotta get him talking about his inspirations in rock. I was getting some Tom Petty there, dude.
Like, no joke, that guy is a walking rock encyclopedia.
Holy shit!
Like, that. He asked me one day what we'd even talk about on a podcast because I've tried to get him on here before, dude.
Get him talking about rock.
And I was like, we could talk about anything, but all we need to do is say like Tom Petty and like and go.
The history.
Yeah.
The history of.
It'd be so interesting.
That'll be his podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be shout outs.
I referenced the dude yesterday on In Tune.
Yeah.
Because he's the person that pointed me at M83 and was like, hey, these guys aren't a one-hit wonder.
Boom.
There we go.
They definitely are, man.
They definitely aren't. But, my post-millennial ass didn't pay enough attention to it.
Dude.
Shall we get into the entertainment news?
Yeah.
Stop raving about our good friend.
Stop raving about our good friend.
So, my little
free advertising over here.
There we go. Go watch his shows. He's on tour right now. Local tour.
The 5 people from out of state that are listening to this shit. Man.
I don't know.
I have no
so let's start this off strong.
I really don't.
IGN reports and other people have.
Oh, anyway.
Hit us up on Instagram at Old Heart Radio.
Important shit. I'm sorry. I've had
you're good.
a little too much of this juice.
We're drinking the Kenyan flavor Olympia moonshine.
And Daroini.
With the dashes in there. So good. You can tell you brewed this shit strong because we're already going.
It's concentrated. So it just like it ripens your coconut up like extra tough.
I feel like Tuco, in Breaking Bad. Tights.
Speaking of, let's start there.
Oh yeah, that's
the
perfect.
El Camino trailer, the second trailer. Second trailer dropped, and it looks so fucking cool.
Most of these, I have no idea what's going to be going on.
Absolutely.
All the previous trailers were just like recaps of Breaking Bad, and this one I was like, here we go.
This one has showed some actual shit going on, like in the course of this movie.
Well shot looking film.
It looks like it looks really just
gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Like and I think it's so awesome to see fucking Aaron Paul. I always just want to call him Pinkman. I love that he's just like back to embrace the role because he really did throughout the course of that shit, dude. He was just like he loved that character.
Say it. What are you? I'm a blowfish!
But so yeah, I mean, I'm stoked about that. If you haven't checked it out, everybody's gotta go check out that
October
trailer.
11th. Ooh, couple
October's
weeks
such
out.
a good fucking month for like.
We'll have to do a
TV
podcast on
streaming
this,
and,
dude.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do one. One of those fucking bonus features.
Bonus features.
Check it out.
We should talk about Vince Gilligan.
Ooh, that would actually be good because he he was a heavy hand in the X-Files.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Dude, yeah. But we can talk about that on a different episode.
Yeah.
So today, though, what else
in the future. So let's just start off a little funny thing here. Amazon has announced that Samuel Jackson is lending his voice to the Amazon Alexa for a 99-cent voice pack.
No way.
So you can get an Amazon Alexa voiced by Samuel Jackson.
God damn, dude, that'd be so fucking cool. I don't like those things in general because they're always listening to you, but I do think
if I'm going to have Big Brother spying on me all day, it might as well be Samuel Jackson.
Exactly.
One of the caption here is, just don't ask him to order you a Royale with cheese.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be perfect though. I would be. My friend Jamie has a fucking Alexa.
Yeah.
I should just like buy that for
Gift
him.
it for him.
Yeah.
I just want to think, hey Alexa, what's up, motherfucker?
Dude. Oh man, I wonder how popular. I wonder if that will be so popular that they might do other people.
Oh, I would love it. There was that joke, I think, from the middle of last year. I think it was a Super Bowl commercial where it was like, oh, Alexa's voice. Alexa lost her voice, so they got a bunch of like celebrities to do the voiceover.
Dude,
it was Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
The dude was like, Alexa, how do you make a grilled cheese? And it's Gordon Ramsay going, how the fuck don't you know how to make a fucking grilled cheese? He's like, he's on like an elliptical working out, and he's like, what's wrong with you? It's a grilled cheese.
God damn, dude. Oh man, I'd be interested in that. Snoop Dogg would be fucking awesome. I always thought the Snoop Dogg GPS was such a brilliant idea.
Have you ever seen the Snoop Dogg narrates Planet Earth videos?
Oh, so choice.
So good.
Rich. Marinara rich.
God damn.
Mwah.
You know it's an episode of Old Heart Radio
when there's
rich
marinara.
marinaras.
What a strange thing to make consistent, you know?
You know?
Like a rich marinara.
Ooh.
Nice and consistent.
There's two consistent things about Old Heart Radio. It's general mediocrity and rich marinara.
Hell yeah.
And Olympia moonshine.
Ooh, you want a little more juice?
Get close to the mic there.
God. Okay, so
into actual movie news.
Actual movie news. This should start off with something that's like mildly important, but not really important.
Hit me up with a little ching ching before we go. There we go.
Cheers.
That really hits the back of the palate. Oh,
Gets you.
oh God.
So, I don't like the Jurassic World movies, and I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
The Jurassic World movies so far have been disappointments and
Yeah.
like real weak attempts at like rehashing that universe.
I watched the first one, and I enjoyed it as a movie. I thought it was like Aquaman is a movie that happened and is perfectly serviceable. The second one I've heard is hot garbage.
Yeah, like the first one entertained. The second one drove it into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
But in their attempt to keep the name alive, they're going to be doing a third one, and they're going to be bringing back 3 other names.
Oh,
Sam
boy.
Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum.
Hey, bye.
So, I mean, obviously, if you're a fan of Jurassic Park, you know that those were the fucking main characters in the first movie. So, kind of cool, but also, like, super fucking not cool.
I really, really hope that they pull something of general relevance and something of value out of that, because bringing that cast back is hopefully a good thing.
Hopefully. But
and like Goldblum was back in the second one, but he was like just in a courtroom hearing.
Yeah, it was a very brief thing.
He was just like, we are living in Jurassic World.
Yeah, he was basically there for the trailer shot, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I don't know, it'd be cool to see them all like, I don't know, interacting with dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah.
But it seems like such a weird callback at this point.
I mean,
that's just like it's a weak attempt to drag more fans into the seats rather than like actually making it a tangible story element. Like,
I mean, like, I'm surprised that they have done so wrong with Jurassic World, mostly because, like, you're having Chris Pratt and Jessica Chastain running the show.
Dude, yeah, you have, I mean, when you have great actors, like, on board, that's always a help. But, like,
wait, that's Chastain, right?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
If it's not, excuse us.
Celebrity
Don't
redhead.
quote us on it. There you go.
Okay, now I'm looking up the cast here. No, but that's like a normal blockbuster film would kill for either one of those.
Totally. But if the writing's weak and like all they rely on is like cool CGI dinosaurs nowadays and like
fuck, it's Bryce Dallas Howard.
Well, we tried. That's the hashtag old heart radio. We tried.
We tried. You might be moderately disappointed. Unless you're listening to the Ramtha episode. That was actually a great episode of Coffee and Contemplation.
Man. Thank you.
Like you finally finished the part 2.
I know. the mythical part 2. I finally did
I might have to hop in there if you ever take like a leave of absence and do the part 2 for your history of gaming episode.
I don't even know if you can find that one anywhere.
I think it's on SoundCloud still, unless you deleted SoundCloud.
No, okay, so some of them got taken down for some reason.
Oh, shit.
There's only like a handful of the more popular ones up there now.
No.
I have no idea why. I think it's because SoundCloud got mad that I stopped giving them money.
Ooh, were you paying SoundCloud?
I had to pay it for the storage space.
Bullshit.
Yeah, the free stuff runs out real quick. You post one on there, it eats up like most of it.
Hey, fuck you.
And that's kind of it, you know?
But back to Jurassic World.
Either way, back
pretty
to
much
Jurassic
the
World.
fuck you of blockbuster film franchises right now.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
Disappointment abound.
I'm hoping that that's a good sign, though.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it'll maybe make for a more fun element. Hopefully.
Pull the Stranger Things, really capitalize on nostalgia, you know?
Let's try, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully it's not another one of these.
And go ahead.
That is the audio clip of Chris Pratt shitting his pants on Parks and Rec.
Oh, man.
You know?
That's gross.
I brought it up because I felt it was appropriate for the subject matter.
It pretty much is. Because he's like, I mean, it's just...
he shit his pants in the last one.
So... Jurassic Park aside, what else we got this week? We got Jeffrey Wright, man. You hear about that cat?
Also, this is another like heavy DC week.
It is, dude.
We don't have any Marvel stuff this week.
No, I guess the literally only Marvel thing I'd say I'd have is that there's all these rumors going around that Ghost Rider is being eyed for the MCU.
Oh yeah,
and it's not going to be a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider or a
the one
traditional Ghost Rider. It's good.
What's some new Cosmic?
That's what I'm saying. Like I think they might be hinting at potentially doing a Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Which you know who Cosmic Ghost Rider is, right?
It's motherfucking Frank Castle.
From the future.
Yeah, it's Frank Castle from the future. Who's not only got the power cosmic, but he's also the fucking spirit of vengeance.
So cool.
You can't fucking touch the cat.
You see,
you know what I mean?
He
used to be the Herald of Galactus.
Yeah.
He used to be fucking. He used to be like Thanos' fucking mercenary.
What if they do Avengers Avengers 2 million BC?
Oh shit.
Whereas like the original Black Panther, Agamotto?
Yeah.
And Ghost Rider riding a mammoth.
That's right, dude. But I mean that shit's so fucking deep.
I love Robbie Reyes in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Fucking badass.
That's why I'm disappointed that they canceled the Hulu series.
Yeah. But I hope if they do a Ghost Rider thing, they can just pull a bit from the corners. It'd be very easy to just introduce that character as a new character whilst giving a little wink and a nod to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Which I think they really should try to do because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has proven to be kind of a weird thing just going on.
Yeah, they went from referencing the main continuity every other episode to now referencing it once a season.
Yeah,
which I'm okay with.
So it'd be cool to if you taken a character like that, which was one of the more fun, prominent characters they introduced.
That run of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think is my favorite still.
Dude, he was so fucking good. But yeah. Definitely at least giving a nod to that.
Yeah,
would be fucking prime.
Yeah, I mean, the current Ghost Rider run in the comics is really good, where it's Johnny Blaze.
Oh yeah,
and I think his brother it's his unknown, unbeknownst to him, brother Danny Blaze, who just wants to be a family man, gets the spirit of vengeance and is pissed about it. No. And it's completely thanks to Johnny.
Dang.
So it's him like this frustrated Ghost Rider that doesn't want it.
Just fucking
like hunting down the original Ghost Rider.
Oh shit, that sounds fucking cool. Actually.
Yeah, and I guess it's a really good run. I've heard only good things about it, so I might look into it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, yeah. I know the only other thing I think Marvel wise, dude, because I just want to get into DC.
Yeah.
The only other thing Marvel wise, and I guess this isn't necessarily Marvel wise because he's not Marvel. He's just a man.
Who is it?
Feige.
Oh
Dave
boy.
Feige.
Yeah. Hopping on the Star Wars train.
Dude, Feige, they're tapping Feige to fucking launch the Star Wars franchise into the future, man.
Of all things that Star Wars needed, they need a bit of that Feige love, you know?
Feige vision, dude.
Yeah, I think the key to the MCU is that Feige fucking understood fan culture.
Definitely.
And treated it with respect.
Yeah.
Which is why the X-Men franchises end up failing. It's why so many comic and what would be deemed nerd culture franchises end up dying is because they don't understand the people that would love it.
Yeah. It's so true. And Feige's proven proven he can do it. So shout outs to Feige.
I'll throw out one more Marvel thing.
Yeah.
It's to do with the comics Absolute Carnage run that's going on right now, which is fucking awesome. Is like Carnage fused with like the god of the symbiotes or something. Yeah. And is now like his symbiotes splitting from him and brainwashing people and turning them into like Carnage zombies. Fuck. And he currently has under his control, I'm pretty sure, Scorpion, the Green Goblin, who is the Red Goblin.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, dude, which is fucking intense.
Awesome. It's so cool. And Miles Morales, who is this brutal looking. Also, Carnage now knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Sucks.
And Eddie Brock is trying to get Venom to like not kill people. Yeah. Because all these Carnage zombies, they're just people that are brainwashed.
Fair enough.
And Venom at the end of the most recent issue was like, "Hey, dude, we can't be working at half measures anymore." And he ditched Eddie Brock, fused with Bruce Banner, and for the first time ever, the Hulk has a symbiote.
I saw that shit.
And the Hulk is so fucking huge that Venom can't get all the way around him, so he's like bursting out of the symbiote. Fuck. It looks dope. Yep. Like,
dude, and that shit will fuck. Like, could you imagine the rampage that shit will cause?
Oh, like Carnage is right in front of them. Carnage, who is a god, looks like he's shitting himself.
Dude, I mean, I would. There's a fucking
Thanos in the comics has said on multiple occasions that the Hulk is the only person he actively stays away from. Dude,
now he's got a fucking symbiote all over him.
Badass.
Man.
It's badass. Hey, check out that run. That would be something like deep futures, like whatever. I would hope that run, because kick-ass, gets brought to film.
Like, dude, that would be. I mean, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like a lot would have to happen before.
Oh, for sure.
But it could be dope.
One can dream, man. One can dream.
It'll have to get more and more outlandish.
Yeah,
eventually.
But, I mean, it sounds like they are going to be introducing. Sony's going to be trying to introduce Carnage into that next Venom movie.
As the more we talk about it, the more Marvel news I'm getting. Did you hear the new stuff with the Sony Disney deal?
No.
It's on hold because Apple is potentially looking to buy Sony Pictures.
Oh, fucking bastards, dude! What is going on here?
But that's not a
no. I just think all these players. Keep trying to get Spider-Man. Man.
No. But here's the thing. Yeah. In the contract, if Sony gets bought out by everybody, Spider-Man reverts to Disney and Marvel.
Dope.
So if Apple buys out Sony, they get all the licenses except for Spider-Man, and Spider-Man goes straight back to the original owners.
Dang.
So it's on hold because it looks like negotiations for that are happening.
Well then, I guess let's root for Apple.
Hey, who would have ever thought? Dude. As an avid Apple supporter, they are fucking evil, in my opinion.
They're huge, dude.
I won't say evil. They're very big on security and stuff. Whatever. This isn't a tech podcast, but they have their hands in way too much.
I agree.
So
now they are really making a play for. This is relevant. They're making a play for entertainment. They're launching Apple TV.
I'm hoping
they're not launching. They're like releasing like shows of it. But
I'm getting the new iPhone, so I get that for a year for free. Yeah. I'm gonna see how it is.
Fair enough.
We'll see. Disney Plus, $6.99.
I feel like this Apple thing is just gonna be like
it might be a dud.
It's gonna be like a fucking HBO streaming service. It's gonna be kind of like there, and just gonna there'll be like a couple shows maybe that you might want to watch.
I mean, this is entertainment relevant rather than like talking about like a specific movie, but I do feel like the point of oversaturation with like streaming services is very quickly coming. Like,
absolutely.
Soon it's going to be like, okay, I have Disney and Netflix.
So coming up that we know of, we're going to have Netflix,
Disney,
Hulu, right? So Netflix, Disney, Hulu,
Amazon, HBO Go, Apple, Crackle. But still, it's like there's too much there, and people are going to just stop buying into the new ones because they're going to choose the ones that have the stuff they really like.
Absolutely, dude, and it's going to be difficult. Like I feel like
it's a market doomed to fail eventually.
Netflix is already worried about weathering that storm, but they're basically the brand name at this point. I mean, Amazon, they can afford to like.
Yeah, I feel like Amazon, the Prime service, the Prime Video service is sort of like it's an exception because a lot of people get it solely with the Prime shipping service.
Absolutely, and that's what I mean.
So like, I don't think that one will ever go away solely for the fact that it's just sort of there.
Yeah,
and it serves a bit of a different purpose as well because it's more of a storefront than the other ones.
Agreed.
So,
but I mean, like things like Crackle might not be a thing anymore.
I'm surprised Crackle still is a thing.
Shout outs to Crackle. It's like the only streaming service back that released
Roku TV.
Fucking Joe Dirt 2 or
whatever.
Boy. I've never watched it.
Yeah.
Love the first one though.
It's where I would assume a Zombieland sequel would go, but we're getting it in TV on the movie.
I'm so baffled by that. I loved the first Zombieland movie. It was awesome, but it's been too long, I feel like.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson needs to be fucking focused on embracing carnage.
Oh boy, just embrace the carnage.
But
let's get back down to brass tacks.
Let's just fucking forget Marvel for the rest of this episode, and let's try to focus on the blossoming DC movie universe. It's not. I don't know if it's the DC extended universe at this point.
This one might be the DC extended universe. They might be ditching the worlds of DC,
which was fucking bullshit. That was like that was like you got. I mean,
that was them covering their ass.
Nobody wanted to keep saying that.
Yeah, like, no, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
No.
What is this? Is this the WODCEU?
So I just think that this will
So this is
they got a lot going on right now. Actually,
so they got J.J. Abrams, James Gunn, and Matt Reeves supposedly doing the soft reboot.
Yeah.
So looks like it's going to be slated with Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, the Suicide Squad. From there, that's the soft reboot, which means they're going to be probably recasting and just like sort of like pushing aside the other stuff.
Totally. I mean, they got it. Like I think I saw a photo, and I couldn't tell if it's doctor or not, but I think I saw a photo of Henry Cavill with a shaved head recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
And like the joke was like maybe he's gonna try and be cast as Lex Luthor.
That'd be great.
But like realistically, as much as I loved certain elements of those DC movies. The only thing that I can see really like that they could bring into the future is Wonder Woman, which they're currently still obviously forcing, not forcing, like making. It seems like it's there. It seems like they're trying to, you know what I mean? Like it seems like they're trying to reboot certain elements, but keep certain elements.
Yeah, let's just casually forget about.
It doesn't really work that well.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like the biggest problem.
Aquaman maybe, but Aquaman was just like a kind of blah movie. But
I feel like the biggest problem, like if they had bought into this like gritty Dark Knight-esque storytelling and really committed to it and done it right, it would have been fine. But they kept trying to course correct, and that's what ended up killing the goodwill. Yeah,
well, because back at the time when people there were people that the complaints were that the Dark Knight kind of writing and the kind of style wasn't enough like a comic book. It wasn't enough like these comic book characters.
Personal gripe here. I feel like that's a bullshit criticism because it's a movie. Stuff has to change
for sure.
Yeah,
and that definitely is that is a viewpoint, but it's one of those things where it's like I think over time you realized the mistakes that have been made on both fronts, where the Nolan films were very extreme takes on these realistic versions of these characters, and I think I think like where you see like the direction where like Feige went with these fucking characters, it takes them kind of into the real world, but in like a softer way, like a more like
taking some of the aspects of serious real world problems, but then still attaching the lightheartedness of comics inherently.
And I think that was a problem because people wanted to differentiate the movie, like the movie and comic book right away. But then the problem was that the people wanted a certain like weird symbiosis of the fucking two. Ooh. But
we
like,
are
but
DC.
Like, this is the world of DC that we're fucking talking about, man.
I mean, I feel like it's so bad. I feel like the reason that the Nolan movies worked were because it was Batman. Like Batman is inherently darker and more serious than a lot of comic books.
Yeah, which is why you saw the Man of Steel movie didn't play so well.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I feel like with some like very minor changes to Man of Steel, it could have played way better.
Definitely.
And I mean, like, that is something, okay, they can course correct that within like a sequel, but then Batman versus Superman, while there are aspects of it that I thoroughly liked, like,
definitely
unpopular opinion, Ben Affleck wasn't actually that bad.
Oh, dude,
he was the fucking best part of the movie.
Looking back at the Ben Affleck Batman, I think we can all appreciate like certain like his fucking contribution. Man.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
that
like
warehouse fight scene,
the physicality,
fucking dope.
It's like I was watching that, I'm like, this is Batman. Like, this is fucking great. Except for when he blows up KG Beast.
Yeah,
but
there's that. But
yeah,
you know, I mean, but like I feel like. Okay, well, what were you saying? What was your original?
There are bones in it, but they have to, like, the reason that the tonality of Marvel worked is because it's the same but different enough between all the different characters and all the different mini franchises that combine to make the bigger one.
Definitely.
So like the tonality of a Thor movie is different than the tonality of a Captain America film.
Yeah.
Like, and Ant-Man is a heist movie, but then at the same time, when you compare it to something on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, like the Winter Soldier, it still fits into the mix.
Totally.
Like, they scratch different itch. They all have their own personality. The DCEU's big problem up until Wonder Woman was that it was all the fucking same. It was all this dreary, dark bullshit.
Yeah.
When really, we could have, like, an inspiring, lighthearted Superman that exists in the same world as a serious, sort of like melodrama-esque Batman.
Totally.
And that would make it richer.
And that brings me to this point where it's, you can have that makes it more of a comic book movie than anything else, because those characters, I mean, some of those like characters from like the fucking golden age, from the fucking silver age of books, they were like beating up criminals and fighting crime with smiles on their fucking faces. They were making jokes in between their fucking adventures. Yeah. And those are DC characters. What happened was, and I'm not knocking this, but in the fucking 80s, thanks to Frank Miller and his amazing work, especially with Batman. Yeah. And in the 90s, with fucking Grant Morrison, man, especially. Grant Morrison's run with like the Justice League gave everything a darker tone. Yeah. Like there was like and then DC tried to make those movies in a solely like we are the dark version of comic book movies.
But then at the same time, there are these isolated, not even isolated, like the vast majority of like Superman books.
Dude, there's tons of positive fucking like fun fucking stories
Superman's
out there.
Whole moral is like inspiring people to be better.
Exactly,
and
man.
Like Wonder Woman's all about empowering girls, and that's the first one when it comes to Wonder, or more so just being a good person, saying for what's right, similar to Superman. But like Wonder Woman's film is the first one that actually had its own tonality, and that's the one where I was like, okay, they could actually make this work.
They finally that was a great character movie. Yeah, and
it was like it had its humor. Yeah, it had its drama. She had her personal crisis when it came to her morals. People say it was too similar to Captain America, but you know, whatever. Dude. Take what works.
It's a great fun movie either way. And, you see the character develop.
But then they hard course correct to Thor Ragnarok-esque levels of humor over this dark backdrop in Justice League,
which didn't.
And it wasn't even like Thor Ragnarok amounts of humor, but it was shitty humor. Yeah. But it was over a black dark canvas.
Yeah, with like half the characters that you haven't seen on screen before. Yeah. And so it just didn't make sense. You're just like you're like this, like they like
and
it just
like they
didn't
went
work
from
introducing Cyborg
having
over this like weird fucking AC/DC rock.
Yeah,
like all that.
It was like they had the strong established character of Wonder Woman, and then they didn't do anything with her in Justice League, and the other dudes were like, "Wow, you're pretty." Like the scene with fucking Aquaman with fucking Aquaman sitting on the lasso of truth.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, "Man, you are beautiful and strong and great. Why am I saying this? I don't know, but I'm afraid I don't want to die." That was the only joke that I got a kick out of. But hypothetically looking at it, I was like, they're objectifying Wonder Woman.
Exactly, and that's kind of like
just by telling us that she is this.
It was so
it's bullshit.
It just didn't work in that movie, man. Like, and now we see them really trying to like refocus and make individual character movies again. Which
going into Matt Reeves' Batman.
Yeah,
we're talking about Jonah Hill getting potentially pulling a
Terrence fucking Howard, man.
Yeah, asking for too much money and might not end up being in the film because of it.
I think that would be a hardy mistake, man. Like Jonah Hill would be a really fun fucking person to see in a Batman movie. I personally, he's become a really intense actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor. Yeah, and I really hope he's not the Penguin because he's been trying to ditch the like fat humor.
I kind of agree with that. I
like the Riddler. Would be great.
I think he'd do well in either role, but I think the Penguin is just not. Dude, I just see him. I honestly see him as a menacing Riddler, man. Save him for Josh Gad. He made that announcement a while ago, and he's not doing it. But
he keeps posting pictures of the Penguin on his Twitter.
Josh Gad for Penguin, man.
Yeah.
But I just think
for Penguin.
I think Jonah Hill would like whichever role he ends up getting if he gets it, man. Lower that fucking paycheck, man. Like Jonah Hill, you don't need that much money.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee
I get he's trying to like direct movies and move away from acting and stuff.
Totally.
But at the same time, like, don't be greedy.
Yeah. Which shout out to his movie, mid-90s, man. Yeah. That's on Amazon. It's fucking dope. It's intense.
It's all the better too because those kids were just like picked up off the street too.
Dude, I know. I was just surprised that was his directorial debut. I was like,
great movie.
It's great, dude. But I don't know. Like, what would you pick? Would you pick Penguin or Riddler?
Riddler
for sure.
Riddler, and then get some other dude to be Penguin. We were talking about earlier the fact that, and it sort of ties into the world of the DC films. Mm-hmm. The world of DC.
The world.
The world of the films is, if they're going to do like this noir detective film, they have a great opportunity to cast a ton of actors.
Totally.
And have them make just like pseudo cameos.
Yeah.
Where like Batman's fucking grilling like Two-Face or someone.
Oh man, yeah.
And then he's gone.
Yeah.
For the rest of the film. He sets it up, makes the world feel lived in, especially with Batman. He has such a fucking diverse rogues gallery that has so much potential to do interesting stuff with.
Definitely.
That if they try to do a detective movie and like really embrace that side of Batman, they can't just have him like, oh look, a clue. Like it's all like interconnected crime and everything. That's the whole of Gotham City. If they don't do that and they try to do this like established universe thing like they tried to do with like Batman versus Superman, then it'll fail because it's not going to feel lived in.
Yeah, I agree. They need to put fucking lived in universe in Gotham City, man. And they just what needs to happen is that they need to not necessarily focus on like giving the backstories to all these characters. Yeah. They need to just focus on making sure that they're there.
Yeah, I mean like
so like pick your fucking villains out now. Like pick their rogues gallery. That's like the smart move would be for them to cast a rogues gallery for Batman, and then find creative ways of introducing them into the fucking storyline.
So like, I mean, like what I immediately think of is like, say that Jonah Hill's Riddler is the main villain, and there's something going on there. It's like a puzzle, and it links to a bunch of different villains. You go back, you see Ewan McGregor as fucking Black Mask.
Which would be a great shout out. Although I heard Birds of Prey got some backlash for some shit recently.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Whatever.
It's set up to fail. You see Ewan McGregor as Black Mask, and then you go off and you see fucking Christian Bale as Scarecrow, which is something that the dude has talked about doing.
That would be fucking intense, dude.
And
Shit.
and you're just
What a wild way to bring him back.
yeah. Well, he said he wants to be in another Batman movie, but he wants to play a villain. And then you just hit like a few villains, putting this puzzle together, because that's noir film right there.
Yeah. Well, and this is like Kevin Smith, man. Kevin Smith leaked that announcement or that idea that this movie's going to kind of take elements from The Long Halloween, the classic Tim Sale.
I've heard about it. It's great. I've never read it.
And so it does just kind of that. Like it's Batman covers a lot of ground, and he sees a ton of different characters throughout that storyline, and so using that as an element as like a reference for this movie would be a fucking great idea.
Yeah.
And earlier on, we did hear rumors about them trying to make a movie with multiple villains, but not like not like Spider-Man 3 where it's like all three villains like beating him up all at once or something. It's like
I feel like Batman's not really prone to that type of action either.
No,
especially if they're trying to go with the noir style grounded filmmaking.
I'd say look at a lot of Batman storylines, man. Like there's a lot of a lot of villains. There's not a lot of villain team up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
very rarely.
They're all fucking there, and they're all fucking with Batman, but they're all fucking with Batman at different times. It's like they've scheduled it, May 1st is for Two-Face, but April 3rd is fucking like Joker's Day or whatever, you know what I mean?
The best example that I can think of Batman getting ganged up on is from the Arkham games. Yeah. Where in I think it's Arkham Origins, where Black Mask, it's the origin of that version of Batman and how he got so grizzled. It's not the fucking going back to his parents getting shot. Yeah. But it's like
that deep.
It's his first big call, and it's Christmas, and Black Mask puts out a hit on Batman, and all the villains just congregate. Yeah. And that entire game takes place over one night, and there's Deathstroke's in it, and then you go straight from Deathstroke into getting hit with all of Penguin's people. You bail out there, and you have to solve a puzzle that Riddler's throwing at you. Yeah. And it just keeps going because it's the entire theme of that game is that it's Batman's first time on the defense. Fair. Everyone's coming at him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a cool move.
But that's the only context it would make sense in, and even in that case, they're not all going at him at once.
No. Well, yeah. Because and this is I think one of those kind of ongoing things with the Rogues Gallery. They all they all have their own motivations. Yeah. They all have different reasons for wanting to fucking kill Batman or rob this bank or whatever. So it's not like they're all hanging. It's not like all these villains are just waiting around to find a fucking moment to team up. So but I will say one cool Batman character I'd like to see in film, because it was so great in the games and it's a completely original character for the games. Mm-hmm. Similar to how Harley Quinn debuted in the TV show and is now fucking headlining a movie. Mm-hmm. The Arkham Knight. Which is this awesome sort of twist on Jason Todd's whole Red Hood story. Okay. Where the Joker tortures him and sort of brainwashes him. Okay. But rather than turn into the Red Hood and become this murdering sort of vigilante-esque, he convinces himself that he is Batman and dons this almost Iron Man-esque version of the Batman suit. Oh shit.
And very similar in how he's fighting crime to Red Hood as when he was Red Hood. Yeah. But he becomes this cybernetic Batman and is hunting down the criminals and Batman.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and puts it together that he's Bruce Wayne as well.
Fair enough.
And I think that game ends with the final fight. He gets he gets the helmet pulled off, the Batman helmet, and when he starts fighting again, a red mask comes up.
Oh, so they kind of nod it.
Yeah, a little nod.
That's interesting. That's cool.
It's still super cool. Play that game, Batman Arkham Knight. Super good.
God, dude, what other character, what other villains would you if I'd like to see a Riddler in there. I'd like to see, Clayface would be great. My favorite iteration of Clayface is from the Batman animated series, where they make him one of the things I loved about that series is they made a lot of those villains tragic in a lot of ways, and you could do that. Like if they did that with the right characters in Batman's Rogues Gallery, it would just help grow and give that more lived-in feel to that universe. Clayface is one of those characters that you could totally do that with.
I'm really hoping to do that they bring in Deathstroke and make him good, because I feel like he's the perfect.
Well, make him walk that line, dude. Make him an anti-fucking hero.
I feel like he's the perfect he's the perfect antithesis to Batman, because he has his own code, but it's just sort of a bit like he's like a twisted Batman.
I mean, he'd be Batman if Batman made different choices. Like, I mean, that's just kind of it. Like, like they have the same. Like, they both have a hell of a drive. Like, I mean,
they're both vicious and efficient in different ways.
Exactly, and I mean, to be real, like I think there's like the times in comics where Deathstroke references that like if Batman didn't hold back or if Batman didn't pull his punches the way he does, then like he would be fucking killing people. He'd just be knocking people dead.
It's like the Daredevil Punisher comparison from Daredevil season 2.
Oh hell yeah!
It's the antithesis of one another. Yeah. It's what happens when one of them breaks. Dude,
it'd be fucking fun to see them. I mean, it'd be fun to see them just, oh my god, like a live action fight. I see Captain and Bucky fucking fighting in Winter Soldier, and I'm like, dude, Deathstroke with Batman. Like, that'd be so fucking like that kind of quick fucking action going at each other, but with like a cowl and a fucking cape.
Well, I mean, like
a sword.
the reason that was so cool in the Winter Soldier is because you realize, these dudes are physical equals.
Absolutely.
About every way. And
that's the cool thing about
that entire scene in the Winter Soldier. It is, in my opinion, the best fight scene in the MCU.
Dude,
it is also by far the fastest moving fight scene. The two dudes are fucking moving through the entire fight.
But
and that's exactly it. Batman and Slade Wilson would be just like fucking moving.
Yeah.
Like it would just be clean.
Throw for throw, man. It'd be such an interesting it'd be so cool to see a fight like that choreographed on the screen.
Dope. And there's some.
But who would you want to see as Deathstroke? That's the real question. The guy that got
Jake Mandingo, Flash Thompson.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Like dude seems like a cool dude, but don't think he has the acting chops to really lend himself into a good character as Deathstroke.
I'm trying to think. It would have to be somebody like cold and calculated, somebody who has that reputation as an actor.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'd almost say fuck it, like give it to like Daniel Craig.
No, yeah, but he's too old.
He's too old.
No offense to Daniel Craig, man. He's
dope.
Shout out to Olympia, by the way.
Yeah, you can hear the horns in the distance.
Daniel, I mean, if he, that's the problem about the Slade Wilson character. He is kind of like an older, character. Just he has his, I don't know, whatever aging thing. He's got like the Captain America serum in him. But Daniel Craig, I think himself is kind of like you get these older actors that just don't want to do the physicality anymore.
I mean, when I'm thinking of it, why not? If they're doing the younger, like Robert Pattinson Batman, Robert Pattinson is like in his early 30s. They're probably gonna try and push it to like late 20s Batman. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
They, fuck it. Let's get like an Ansel Elgort type.
Yeah.
Because Ansel Elgort, the dude who played Baby in Baby Driver, he is. I mean, I'm thinking from like a fight scene choreography. The dude's a dancer, and he's like, he's a martial artist. That'd be fucking dope.
You could definitely handle it. But
or they stick with their guns on what it looks like for Suicide Squad and stick with Idris Elba as Deathstroke.
Oh man,
which would just be dope.
I mean, I'm so intrigued by that.
Fucking awesome.
Do you think they'll give us that?
I really hope so. Which at the same fuck it. It doesn't matter. We can race switch characters at this point.
No.
I saw Denzel Washington potentially getting cast as Magneto, and I was like, cool. The comments were like, he was a Jew, he was oppressed in World War II. I'm like, we're still fucking far away from that.
So I'm so over that kind of shit.
They changed Frank Castle to having been fucked up in Afghanistan. They can change Magneto to having been part of some other cultural oppression.
Yeah. The
civil rights movement. He's an old enough character to be from that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be that would be a really interesting way of making more relevant.
We're creeping closer to 100 years away from World War II and when all that shit happened. Not to dismiss it.
You can't dismiss it, and it's a very fucking important chunk of history for people.
But times have to change, and there are just as many current problems with this world, or more recent problems that could echo and make just as sympathetic of a character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, Denzel would be again. Like, the dude's got that dude's got the chops for that kind of.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh, man. But speaking of Denzel though, I would love to see him in a fucking Batman role. Like,
Really?
He would make a good Two-Face.
That'd be dope,
Dude, cause he can do some physicality, man. Like that guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
The Equalizer?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, dude. Those fucking
So
Equalizer
fun.
movies, dude.
They're just, it's like fun watching those movies.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the John Wick movies in a way. They're just like fun fucking violence.
Yeah.
Which also, complete side note.
Yeah.
I read this thing that Keanu Reeves read the Matrix 4 script and said all he had to say was, "It is very ambitious."
Oh, cool.
I was like, Jesus Christ. So don't know how that's gonna end.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
But I mean, I don't know. Okay, so Matt Reeves Batman. I've heard that they're going to be going for, instead of rebooting Superman, to kind of introducing Kryptonians with Supergirl.
Okay.
A Supergirl movie.
Cool.
Which would be fucking dope. It'd be a great fresh way of. It'd be a great fresh way of like I said, kind of reintroducing Kryptonian.
Wasn't Supergirl? She was shot to Earth in like the pod when she was older, right?
It's like.
So it'd be cool doing like there's like Clark as a kid, and they like end it with that, like her already being a hero.
There's no, I mean she's younger than
really?
Superman.
I'm thinking of
and there's two different, like there's Supergirl who's like Kara Zor-El or whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
Kara Zor-El, and then there's Power Girl who's
I'm thinking of the Inhumans not the Inhumans, the Injustice version of this.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Because she's older in the Injustice comics.
Fair enough.
And she ended up landing on Earth later.
Yeah.
And coming out of stasis later.
Yeah, I don't know much about. I can't really rightly quote Supergirl's history.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Injustice, where she was older.
But again, I don't think that they're gonna. And we see this with Batman, revitalizing some of these characters, rebooting some of these characters. They're not gonna go with older versions of these characters.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I think that's the point with like Supergirl, is that they're gonna introduce kind of like a younger version, a fresher version of this person, and then build like the story that like Superman, like her cousin Superman's either like off world or maybe like doing something else, and you just hint at the fact that there are other people there. You know what I mean?
I'm excited to see what they do with it.
But then we come to Wonder Woman though. And Wonder Woman's the weird one, dude. Like Wonder
that's
Woman's
the only
like
one that's gonna like carry forward. It feels like.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's the old guard at this point, which doesn't even seem like an old guard.
They could very well just say, okay, Batman vs. Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, Suicide Squad 1. Those aren't canon. First Wonder Woman, second Wonder Woman. Those are the first two in the timeline.
Start canon with Wonder Woman 1.
Yeah.
That'd make fucking sense.
Yeah.
That's what they should do that, actually. That'd be a good idea.
And then it's like Wonder Woman 86, Shazam.
Yeah. Boom.
No, Aquaman's Shazam.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Well, Aquaman was like actually a pretty I mean, like...
I really liked that Namor the Submariner movie.
By our standards, Aquaman was pretty much middle of the fucking road.
Perfectly fine about every way. My mom fucking watched it on a plane.
It seemed like a popular movie for the general populace. Like it made
a fuck ton of money internationally, which is a testament to quality because...
Hey, so did Hobbs and Shaw.
Wait, the stupid action movies still have, like... If you're looking at, like, an auteur, which... But they sell well overseas, so there's always going to be a merit to that.
For sure. So, I mean, if you have to keep that, sure.
Who would think that the American audience would be the classy one?
Nobody. Oh, man. Déclassé.
Déclassé.
But yeah, man, I think keep Wonder Woman. Hopefully, I think J.J. Abrams, helming a Supergirl movie would help revitalize that whole fucking thing. Kevin Feige's off with Star Wars, so,
Hey.
What else we got this week, though, man?
I think that's about it. We might have some. I think Joker comes out next week.
Joker.
We read up on some Joker controversy, but we might save that for when we talk about the movie. Hold off our judgment until then.
Fair enough. I think we should just do maybe we should just do a separate bonus features for Joker.
Yeah.
Because I think that's like, I mean, I'm really looking forward to that movie.
Yeah. Maybe we should make Matinee Edition just like the news, and then bonus features like where we talk about a filmmaker or a specific movie that we like.
But just to be clear, shout outs to Joker. It comes out when again?
October 2nd, I think.
October 2nd, and you know, it's already getting a lot of positive, but also like.
It's weird,
cryptic feedback.
I won't say negative, but it's being like dinged for like some mental health related stuff.
Yeah,
just sort of a portrayal people in crisis.
So going into it, just remember that it's a fucking movie, people.
Yep, I'm going to, and that's sort of why I'm okay with not really talking about that in this episode, because I don't want to cloud my judgment going into it.
Me too.
Mostly because it's a fucking Joker movie. Mm-hmm. The argument that it's a portrayal of an unstable mental character. That's just the fucking Joker.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's like, what do you think the Joker is?
Yeah, exactly. You're losing the point if you think that this is supposed to end with a healthy character ending. Like
the Joker walks away all healed and happy.
Wow, I feel great.
I've learned my lesson.
We'll see. We'll talk about it next time. But
either way, maybe we should just wrap it up at this point.
Let's. I want to throw out a few things though. So we got the Instagram at Old Heart Radio. Go ahead and follow that. We got the Twitter. Good old Jared over here is doing insult of the day on Twitter.
Oof, man,
might turn into insult of the other day every other day.
Depends on how well I keep it, man. Show social media, dude. You gotta
follow the Twitter, follow the Instagram. If you want us to talk about anything in particular, hit us up on the Instagram.
Yeah,
if you want to hit me up on Instagram at Casserole, CASSOLROLL. Hit me up with music recommendations. In Tune just came out at the time we're going to put this out, and I'm having some more vinyls coming for next week, so
there you go.
We'll be talking more. You got anything coming up on Coffee and Contemplation?
Oh shit! It's I got a Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do an episode on Mallrats with Kevin Smith, my favorite Kevin Smith movie, and let's see. Whatever else I feel like I need to ripen my coconut up. That's always kind of it's a very spur of the moment. I plan maybe 2 of those, and then 3 of them I try to wing.
Hey, amen. Amen. That's how to do it.
Well, dude.
Hashtag ripen up that coconut.
I never know what I want to fucking learn.
Yeah, you're good. Hey, I think there's a beauty in that. The sporadic art.
Dude. You
gotta have a plan, but when it comes, it comes.
Hey man, it's my lack of focus as an adult, you know?
Sure. All right. Well, that feels like about it.
Yeah. I mean, like the only other thing I guess I gotta say is that you know, use your brain for good, kids.
Drink that Aqua Cola.